The three golden functions of a hook in storytelling. The hook is the first hand you reach out to the listener. You could have the most powerful story in the world, but if your first few seconds don't pull people in, they'll never hear it. That's what a hook is. Your story's opening heartbeat. It's the spark that lights the fire. But a good hook isn't just about sounding clever or dramatic. It serves a purpose. Actually, three golden purposes. Once you understand what a hook needs to do, you can craft openings that connect, move, and stay with people. Let's break them down. 1. A hook makes people care. Right away, the first job of your hook is emotional. It needs to make people feel something. Curiosity, empathy, surprise, tension. Whatever the feeling is, the hook should stir it within seconds. If your hook doesn't hit the heart, it won't hit at all. Think of this example. I was smiling in wedding photos while my world quietly fell apart. In one sentence, we feel the tension between outside and inside, joy and sadness. It opens an emotional loop. What happened? Why was she pretending? What was going on behind the smile? We care, instantly. And when we care, we listen. Ask yourself, does this hook make someone feel? Am I opening with a moment of emotional truth? Would I keep listening if I heard this from a stranger? Tip: start with the most human part of your story. Not the facts, but the feelings. 2. A hook gives a reason to stay. The second golden function of a hook is practical. It promises that something meaningful is coming. People don't just want to feel something. They want to know why they should stick around. A great hook offers that reason in just a few words. It plants a question or hints at a revelation. Let's look at this line. I almost said no, and it would have been the biggest mistake of my life. What do we know? There was a big decision. The speaker almost chose wrong. Something dramatic happened next. And more importantly, we know there's a lesson coming. We stay because we want to find out what the decision was and what it taught them. Now compare it to this. So last summer I went on a trip. It's not wrong, but it doesn't promise anything. There's no reason to care yet. Ask yourself, what does this hook promise to the listener? Is there a question or curiosity being planted? Am I making it worth someone's time to hear more? Tip: try adding phrases like, I never thought I didn't know this moment would change everything. What happened next taught me something I'll never forget. These lines don't just start the story, they invite people in. 3. A hook sets the emotional tone for the whole story. The third function is subtle but powerful. A great hook sets the emotional mood of the story to come. If your story is raw and vulnerable, your hook should feel that way too. If your story is full of wonder or excitement, your hook should carry that energy. It's not just what you say, it's how it feels. Imagine you're telling a story about forgiveness. You could start with, I got the message at 2 a.m., and every part of me wanted to ignore it. Already we feel the conflict. It's quiet, personal, tense. That tone prepares us for a story that's emotional and reflective. But if you started the same story with, let me tell you about a time I learned a really important lesson, it's generic. There's no emotional flavor. And so the story starts cold. Your hook is your story's emotional handshake. It tells the listener, this is the world you're entering. Here's how it's going to feel. Ask yourself, does this hook match the heart of my story? Does it carry the mood, regret, joy, tension, surprise? Am I inviting the audience into the emotional space I'm living in? Tip: choose one emotion your story centers on. Fear, pride, relief, shame, and let your hook echo that. Bonus: great hooks don't start with perfection, they start with a feeling. Let's get honest, your first version of a hook might not be perfect. That's okay. Most strong hooks are written after the story is told. Start with what happened, then come back and find the line that feels like the doorway into that world. Here are some real-world inspired hook ideas. Shame: I said something I can never take back. Pride: they told me it was impossible. I smiled and did it anyway. Grief: I still remember what she said before the door closed. Wonder: I didn't know this place existed, and I'll never forget it. The simpler the language, the stronger the connection. Final thoughts: if you get the hook right, the story writes itself. You don't need to be a genius to write a great hook. You need to be honest. You need to feel the story you're telling and find the line that invites someone else into that feeling. Remember the 3 golden functions. Make people care. Give them a reason to stay. Set the emotional tone. If your hook does those three things, you're not just telling a story, you're creating a moment someone will remember. I'm still learning these lessons myself. And if you're growing as a storyteller too, I would love it if you subscribed. We're in this together. Thanks for watching.